going on, guys? Here we are, Chop It Up Show yet again, only on 1:37 p.m. I'm your host, John Henry.
And I'm Brandon Bryan, and we are breaking down business and culture through the entrepreneur lens, whether that is $1 million deal or whether that is flipping kicks on StockX, whatever your hustle is, we're here to help you.
All right, guys, first up on the chopping block is, in case you missed it, we're in for some trouble in the housing market in some key cities, but it might not be all bad news. It could be some good things for real estate investors. B, give us the scoop.
You know, we talk about real estate quite a bit. I know that you have a few units under your belt, and I'm looking to get into a few myself. But in this report, it actually claims about 40 cities in the U.S. are potentially in a real estate crisis. So, few key takeaways here is just like Newark, who is number one, 30% of their mortgages are underwater, which is pretty crazy. You have Detroit at number 2, and then you have my city, Cleveland, at number 7 with an average of $55,000 as what a house costs, where the average of the entire US is $262,000. So what does this mean for investors? I know that folks are underwater in their mortgages and it's looking kind of bleak, but is this an opportunity for investors to come in and have some?
Look, potentially. I mean, one thing that jumps out to me, I'm not in the housing market. I don't buy houses. I don't buy anything less than 4 units. So I'm what you would call a multifamily apartment investor. And I'm looking for markets all day, every day. It's what I do. And interesting that a lot of the markets that I've been looking at are also on this list. Detroit right now is hot.
Yeah, we just
growing,
got back from Detroit.
Right? We just were in Detroit last week. Okay, I got it. All right, so here's my thesis. Right? My hypothesis is that wherever there's a market where it's undesirable to buy a home, that means that there's more opportunity and there's more people looking to rent. Okay?
Correct.
So where there's home ownership vacancies at an all-time high, that also means that more and more people are renting apartments. And so if you're in the multifamily game, this is very good news for you, because no one's gonna wanna buy a home if your home's gonna be worth less next year. So that means that you might fall back, rent an apartment, and whoever owns that rental complex is making away with some dough. Again, my key takeaway as an investor, you want to run towards where people are running from. Most people will run away from a hairy situation, but any investor knows that there's usually a lot of upside in taking on the work that most people don't want to do. So whenever you read these reports about neighborhoods are tanking, there's crime, etc., economies are slumping, be careful, but also do your homework and diligence, because there usually are some diamonds in the rough worth copping at a low price, and that could be your ticket into the game.
Guys, step into your fear. With great risk comes great reward. And let us know, do you guys live in any of these markets? Is there something that this report is not telling us? Because we were just in Detroit, downtown, and it looked amazing.
Yeah, we saw it completely different.
This is, and it's number 2 on here.
Right.
So, I don't know, you guys let us know in the comments. Are you guys looking to invest in some of these cities? And I think it's a good opportunity, so you guys let us know. So in closing, guys, it's not only an opportunity for investors. Obviously, it's great to have some money that I pull up on the investor side, but if you are a skilled worker, if you are a contractor, if you're someone who actually can go and find houses, even a realtor for folks, and you can be that go-to person, like, you have an opportunity to make a killing right now. And I also think that if you can focus on the marketing side of things, you can really start to differentiate yourself. Even my mother is flipping houses right now. She started at 56 in Cleveland, and she just finished her first house, and of course someone across the street put their house on sale at the same time. And what happens there? Marketing, sales, hand-to-hand combat, putting up flyers places, being really right on Craigslist, Google, Zillow, Redfin, all that stuff. So, like, take advantage of this opportunity to really get in when these prices are low and you can get your hands dirty and maybe put some money to work.
So, flowing right over, if you're looking to invest, you're gonna need some cash, and the good news for you is that the minimum wage just went up.
Ding, 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 ding. Minimum wage is actually being hired by a really cool company by the name of Bank of America. My old employer is hiking all their minimum wage up to $20. And just to give you a little bit of background, the national minimum wage is $7.25.
Wow.
$7.25. Bank of America just moved there in 2017. They were at $13.25, $13.50, and now they're going to be at $20 by 2021.
All right, guys. Well, we want to know more about you, our viewer. So let us know 2 key bits of information. 1, what city and state are you living in? And 2, what's your salary range? Okay. Let's get a finger on the information.
Help us, help you. Let us know in the comments. All right, guys, time for my favorite segment, #math. And we today are talking about college again. We've been talking about it quite a bit. John is a proud dropout. I am a proud 5-year person in 4-year colleges. And
Did you flunk a year?
No, I transferred. I was a transfer student. I redid my sophomore year, okay?
I redid it. Is that what they call it?
Folks, is stay in college as long as you can.
Right.
Okay? Stay as long as you can. But if you're gonna stay long, don't take out any more debt.
Yes.
Okay?
So look, we're talking about the ROI on college. Now, a lot of you guys know I am very, very bullish on the following main idea. And I believe firmly in today's economy, okay? I'm gonna give it to this camera, okay?
Ooh.
I firmly believe when it comes to ROI on college, in today's economy, the most important thing is the moment you find what you love to do, go all in on pursuing that craft, okay? Until you have that figured out, I think it's more than okay to be in school in a structured environment to help you network with peers and what have you. But when you figure out what you love to do, you don't need to spend any time doing anything else. Now, I was fortunate that at the age of 18, I knew I loved business, and so I left school. But for a lot of folks, structured environment is very helpful.
True.
You connect with people, you get a chance to explore what you might want to do, but my gripe with it is the crippling amount of student loan debt that most kids are taking on, and it's prohibiting them from buying homes, from buying cars, from developing as an individual.
And it's a $1 trillion crisis right now.
$1 trillion crisis
Trillion.
right now. So B, I heard on the streets that you got the fix for us.
I do have a fix. It's called an ISA, an income sharing agreement.
Let's give you the scoop on what this is here. Pretty much your university, based on certain indicators like GPA, performance, attendance, will flag you as a promising candidate for a future job. In other words, you're likely to get a job, right? So then your future employer, like Goldman or whomever, receives that indication from the university and says, hey, you know what? I'm gonna take a bet on this kid. I'm going to assume their student loan, right? And instead of paying back the school, they pay back us, okay? And the way you pay back is a fixed percentage of your salary. And in the event that you don't get the job, you're not delinquent on your payments. You simply wait until you get a job. So in other words, it's a student loan program with a lot more forgiveness. It's a lot more based on the individual. And it's a pretty cool kind of workaround to pay down your debt over time. So this helps a little bit with the student loan thing. I'm still not sold on the ROI of college. I don't care who owns the debt. I don't care what they call it. To me, I still firmly believe that the workplace is evolving so rapidly that colleges are having a tough time providing an education that's tailored to the new types of jobs that are coming out.
Oh, what do they teach in this place?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, obviously you have like the student loan debt crippling everyone. You have these new hikes in the minimum wage. But at the end of the day, it's just like we have to be able to create different streams of income, guys. Like you can't just go to college and do one job, or you can't just work at Bank of America only in general. You have to be able to get into real estate, you have to be able to get into investing, you have to be able to get into giving value of whatever your talents are and eventually turning that into new revenue streams. So all this stuff is just saying to me is that we need to get our shit together.
Bruh, full circle moment. Yeah, last week, I spoke at 2 universities. 2! The college dropout kid got paid to go to a school and teach kids how to get paid.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Like, this is not, we're not particularly bright or talented. I think we're keen enough to spot new opportunities. And when things are new, there's a lot of opportunity for people to be kind of market
arbitrage
leaders.
opportunity.
Okay, so get in the game, get you some, and go make the most of it. But let us know your thoughts on college as usual. Will this income sharing agreement make it more palatable for you? Or are you gonna say, fuck it, throw your papers up,
And just get the fuck out.
and drop out of college?
And just start executing on your own shit. All right, guys. So now with the ISA, colleges are actually incentivized for you guys to do well and not be in crippling debt because they can also be on the hook. So this could be a good opportunity if you were ever in someone else's case of a scandal. You know what I'm saying? You can find another way to pay for your college tuition. You don't have to pay off the soccer coach or pay off the crew coach. Or maybe you just say, fuck it, you want to be on the USC football team and not actually play. Then you can
It's just so crazy to me that people were buying people off to get their kids in school. That about does it for today's episode of Chop It Up. We hope you guys have enjoyed. Listen, the college debate is an ongoing one. We're going to be covering all different kinds of nuances because it's such a big issue. But curious about your take on the college admission scandal. Who do you think that actually exposed? And also, do these income sharing agreements make it more palatable?
Would you
to
take
join
one?
school?
Would you take an ISA? You would actually give someone 2% of your monthly income for the next 3 to 10 years after you graduate?
Also, do you blame that guy for taking the bribe?
I don't.
Yeah.
Soccer coaches, college coaches probably don't get paid that
Damn,
much.
ain't no money. All right, guys.
Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching another episode of Chop It Up, only on 1:37 p.m. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, or any questions about stuff we could talk about. Until next time, peace.